Okay, speech take number 7. This has been a struggle. For my final speech, the background will be better, I will be better dressed, and I will have note cards instead of my iPad. I will probably have a podium to set it down on so I don't have to keep on looking down. But for now, this is just what it's going to be. I hope that since so far nobody's posted, so maybe this will help you, maybe it won't. And I also would like help for a conclusion because I'm not quite sure how to end this yet. And so far, my nervousness has made me mess up 6 or 7 times now. So hopefully, I can get it right. Okay, so I'll just jump into it. I'll just do it. Okay. As your political as your political standing seems to matter more than the actual content of your character, something similar can be said of the media as well. As truthfulness becomes less important than ratings and supporting their own agenda, how does one know whether the publications that are meant to inform the public are actually doing that? So, my main point is how can we trust what the media is actually telling us? And what is the truth they're telling us, whether it's the actual truth or the truth they're trying to give us, or the truth that maybe people have paid them to say. As I mentioned previously, the problem quickly arises is how will we know whether we what we hear is actually true or not? Because some people just believe what they hear automatically, and then that leads to a misinformed population. Um, so opinions can be altered by means of suggestion. So, like I said, misinformation will lead to people being misinformed. So their opinions could be skewed based off of that misinformation. Say you, this is kind of weird, but say you see something online that says taking deeper breaths can lead to damage in your lungs. While that might seem completely ridiculous, maybe you might find yourself taking shallower breaths despite that, just to make sure that maybe that article was true and you're trying to take preventative measures. That's kind of a dumb example, but it kind of shows that some people, despite it being wild and untrue, they still might act on that. So, without news sources and other publications not adhering to telling the actual truth and being more concerned with ratings and views rather than the actual truth, how can we actually believe what they say? And some statistics from the Reuters Institute for the Study of Journalism. They performed a study based on consumers that have been reading the news and articles and the like. 42% of consumers have reported that they've read an article simply affected by poor journalism. So, fact errors, clickbait, or other things that are considered to be poor journalism, people have read about it. Following that, 39% have reported that they read an article that twisted the truth to fit their own agenda. So, maybe an example of that, while it's kind of going into the political side, there's like Ocasio Cortez. I heard she had said that global warming is going to basically lead to the end of the world within 12 years, and that it's our second world war, which I thought was kind of funny. But that is completely untrue. The world will not end in 12 years. And what scientists had said was that within 12 years, it would probably be the best for efforts to go against global warming and the like. But she twisted it and made it seem like 12 years and the cutoff point hits, and then there's nothing we can do. So it's this dire problem that needs to be done now, but that's really not the case. Another 34% of consumers reported that reading the news, it looked authentic, but then it actually turned out to be an advertisement for a product or like a product or a service. Um, another, wait, another 31% that they read threw around the term fake news, which discredited other major news medias. And then 26% stated that the news was completely made up just to fit with their agenda. And then another 23% said that the articles were completely made up just to seem humorous. And this misinformation affects everyone. So the people that read the news, the people that report the news, the people whose I guess fake news is about. So whether that news source makes this wild claim about someone, then that person is affected. So this affects everyone that has access to the internet. Um, and some solutions, you can simply just check the facts. So before you automatically assume that something is correct, you can do your own research, check facts, verify, or there's apps that you can download that can tell whether the articles you're reading are from a bot that are just meant to get ad revenue. So the clickbait titles and whatever else, there's an app that can tell that. It shows, yep. Um, okay. And then implementing this, uh, by doing this, it shows that you care more for the truth rather than just what is right there in front of you, so it's easier to believe. And then, oh my gosh, visualize results. Hopefully, results in less overall misunderstanding between everyone as a society. Leads to less vindictive beliefs. So there's a lot of radicals, and these misinforming articles can, I don't know, feed from that or feed off of that. So it's important that we get the facts straight rather than just assuming what we hear is true. Um, Consequences of inaction. Misinformation and biased media publication will continue, and truth will become even more obscure as time blurs the line between lies and the truth. And then for the conclusion, I have no idea. So I was hoping that somebody could help me with that. Um, so that being said, I'm aware that it was pretty rough, but after trying to do this 7 times, I lost patience. So I was just gonna wing it as best as I could. So I know I was pretty nervous. I know that I had to look on my iPad a lot, and I know that I have to make a lot of improvements. But hopefully, putting this out there would help you guys in doing your own, and maybe you guys can give me some feedback, please. Okay, thanks.